it's a clear day. That was the only thing that I was like, I always get nervous about is the fog.
Yeah.
And today we ain't got it. It should be smooth sailing.
Pretty good.
Should be able to get to the spot by daylight. Or before daylight. I feel like we probably get set up before daylight now.
Looks like a good day.
Yeah, it feels like it.
If you caught the last episode of our 4 Days in Dixie series, you saw that my dad was in town for our annual rutcation. The day after I killed my 10-point, Dad and I decided to cover some ground and try to dive deeper into the area that he had hunted the day prior. We found a good bit of concentrated buck sign in the area, and Dad made a game plan for where he wanted to hunt it the next morning. So we'll pick up there.
I hope to hear this thing go off about 7.
Yep.
6:30 or 7.
It was pretty slow for me that morning, but about 7 o'clock, the woods blew up.
That had to have been him. Come on. I don't like that he shot twice. But I do that every single time. He's calling. Hello?
I got him.
You got him?
Yeah.
Is he a good one?
Rag bug. He's not huge, but he's a rag one.
That's what I'm talking about. Heck
He's
yeah.
like 6 or 7 point.
Heck yeah. What you got there?
He's an 8.
He is an 8.
These are the hunts that I truly cherish the most, and I was super pumped for Dad on his Alabama Public Land 8-point. This was really becoming a week to remember. It was becoming a season to remember, and I didn't even expect it. Celebration was had, and more core memories were added to the bank, but it doesn't end there. A few days later, after Dad left, it was my turn again.
December the 12th. I am literally going out for I believe this is my 5th actual hunt of the year here in Alabama. Yeah, not a whole lot to say. I mean, sit number 2 produced, and then sit number 3 produced, and I'm 1 buck tag away from being tagged out completely for Alabama. It just kind of feels like I haven't got to hunt much here, but I am grateful for the way that it's turned out so far. But it is still the rut. It's December the 12th, like I said. I've had a lot of success around the 12th to the 15th. Always seems to be pretty solid days to hunt, and the weather's right, the moon phase is right. A lot of things are line up for a morning hunt. See you guys out there. This spot, I have to walk the edge of this bluff to kind of get around. There's a really big, probably like 6-year-old clear cut up on the top of this hill. And I'm kind of hunting that. That's kind of what the deer are in here for. That's why they're living in here. But with this east wind, I've got a 3/4 mile hike once I got to the top of this. I've got to just use this bluff to get around. I'm to the top of the hill right now. I got to get all the way around to that clear cut.
It was freezing cold, and it didn't take long for the action to get started. This was just a small 8-point chasing does, but he made me well aware that I was going to have to stay on my toes this morning because the deer were going to be moving, and they were going to be moving fast.
That happened very fast. He wasn't a shooter, for sure. He was 8-point, I think. I got all these things on my freaking head and I couldn't hear them coming. I'm glad he wasn't a shooter. I would have been real disappointed on that one. Absolutely disappointed. There's another buck chasing a doe down there.
Now, I could hear a buck grunting in the holler, but I could only see 2 does that were coming up directly behind me. If you listen close, you can hear them walking up. Now, when I finally got eyes on the buck, I was having a hard time trying to decide if I wanted to shoot him or not. He was a really big 6-point, which is something I've not killed before. Unfortunately, once the does pinned me, they were gone about as fast as they came.
If that would have happened on a big deer, I'd be pissed. He was just a big size, like a bigger 6. That sucks. Back down, baby. It's cold. And I am shaken up. That deer followed. I'm not a scent guy. I don't use a lot of scent, but somebody sent these to us, and so
It was laying in my truck. I hadn't used it once. Not once. It was sitting in my truck this morning, and I was like, well, I'll throw some of that on my feet. So, whenever I got out of the boat, I sprayed my feet down. And he was just following that same trail that I used to get up here. I gotta calm down, man. Holy crap. Oh, I think he's a cool looking buck. I could tell way back there that he was a good one. Or at least decent. I felt like he was a shooter when I first saw him. I could see his tine length. It looked like he had long tines.
What you doing, old son?
Yeah. See those deer running?
No.
Look at
I'm
this.
on my phone with you.
Right underneath me. Right underneath me. You don't see her? Can you?
Yeah, I see him then.
This is gonna be the best part. Call my wife to tell her I am done deer hunting for the season in Alabama.
Hello?
Hey, baby.
You shot a buck.
I sure enough did.
Are you kidding me? Thank God. That's God. That's God, Parker. That's God. Amazing. Before Christmas, Parker.
Tagged out in 5 hunts. This is my 5th hunt.
Wow. Now that's God.
Alright, just got down. I told you guys this morning the reason why I set up in this tree. Usually I'm in that pine tree right there. But this big oak and a lot of this stuff right here, it just kind of, you just cannot see any of this stuff. And so I was having, over the past couple of years, I've had several deer. I mean, every time I sit here, it seems like I have deer that bust me back behind me. I feel like what I'm hunting right here is what I would say would be the better spot. But over the past couple of years, this little hub right here has really had a lot of deer coming through it. And it may just be a matter of I'm learning how to hunt the spot. I thought this was it, but I backed up just so I could do that, and boys and girls, it paid off today. I'm sure he's just right here somewhere. There he is. Let's see him. Looks like a nice deer. That's because he is a nice deer. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Heck of a deer. Man, what a quick season this has been in Alabama. This is my 5th hunt of the year actually hunting for myself in Alabama. And I felt like this week was a good week to be in the woods, but honestly, I have not hunted, right? So I don't know like all the areas that I typically hunt, all the spots that I would normally hunt. I didn't know if there was going to be deer in them or not. And so I've just been kind of slowly chipping away at the different spots. And so to this point, there's been deer, there's been bucks in every spot. There's actually been bucks killed in every spot that I've been to. By me, Dad, Brett, Walt, since the 30th of November. So coming in here this morning, you know, I typically, I think this is the 2nd buck I've ever shot out of this chunk of public. I don't see a lot of big deer. I don't see a lot of deer this size. The first deer that came through, that 8 point, which I've got to apologize on this video. There was so many deer. I saw so many deer. I don't think I filmed one on the main camera because they just were running around like crazy and they'd come in behind me. This deer came in behind me. I just have to pretty much be pretty dependent on my Insta360 footage for that. So hopefully that worked well enough. But yeah, there's not usually deer like this in here. Today, what I did, as I've said before, I backed up just a little bit, just kind of thought about the times the past couple of years where I've been busted by deer right here, doing exactly what this deer did. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I listened to my gut this morning and ended up backing up just a little bit from where I normally hunt it. I didn't hunt it much different. I mean, really, it's only maybe 20 yards, but that 20 yards made a huge difference and really is probably the reason why I killed this buck. So I've got a lot of freaking work to do. I got a pretty long trip out of here. I'm gonna probably pack him out out of here. Alabama 2023 has season has come to a close. I'm freaking excited. I'm so freaking excited. I get to sleep. I get to work. I get to spend time with my family. It's gonna be the best. Almost to the boat. One trip. It is possible. For anybody who hunts like this, it is definitely possible. It's hard. It's the least fun part of the whole thing. Still. But I'd be a mile back cussing if I'd have tried to drag that down.